Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. And today we're going to get in all parts of the body, lots of core work, and more leg work than we normally do. So we're going to start standing prop wise. You don't technically need anything, but if you like a little bit of lumbar support for roll ups and roll downs, then you can certainly have that. I've also got my water with me, and we'll get started. So from here, let's take the feet about hip width apart. So hips, knees, and toes are going to track right in line with the hip bones. So it's not about how wide you think you are, but where the hip bones actually are. Keeping a little bit of a slight bend in the knee and see if you can lift the toes and find all four corners of the feet, maybe even a little bit of a lifting in the arch of the feet. And then I'm just going to lower those toes down and try to keep that arch. Good. And from here, I'm just roll the shoulders back a little bit. Sometimes that helps me get a little bit more centered. I'm going to start to think about the breath. Good. And then I'm just going to place my hands right on the lower rib cage. And just kind of notice anywhere in the body for a moment that you could soften just a little bit more. Maybe that's a little bit through the face, through the shoulders, maybe softening through the knees if you have a tendency to lock. And as I inhale through the nose, I'm going to try to expand that rib cage. And then as I exhale through the mouth, I'm going to go shh. So when I really let that shifting sound come out, I get a little bit more toning through the belly, and that's what you want. That's that center line of engagement. So inhale and expand. Exhale. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. So try to keep that breath pattern as best as you can with an expansive inhale and on the exhale. Let's get into the neck a little bit here. I'm going to let the chin come to the chest. Good. Letting gravity give me that extra stretch on the back of the neck. And I also want to try not to fold forward here. So I want to be nice and tall in my posture. And we'll come back up, left ear, left shoulder. And maybe pressing away to intensify that a little bit. And we'll come back center, going to the other side. You can choose to press away to intensify that a little bit. And then coming back, good. And I'm just going to keep my shoulders and my chest forward as I look to the left and to the right. Good. All right. From here, I'm just going to go into some little rotations. You can reach your arms if you want that. You can let the knees bend. Now, if you want to keep this a little bit more in the torso, then keep your hips forward. And then, so you're not going to have as much range of motion, but now it's all core. This takes some practice if you're not used to it. Good. Let's take the feet a little bit wider and we'll come to some squat here. So we want to sit back into the heel, sit back into the glutes. So just like this. Good. We don't want to do this big fold here with the torso. Kind of sit back like you're trying to sit down in a chair. Good. Now I've got my hands on my waist. You're free to do anything you want with your arms that just feels good to you right now. Good. Hips, knees, and toes always tracking in that same alignment. Good. Now I'm going to turn hips, knees, and toes out. We'll try a wider squat here. How wide should you be? Give yourself a test. As you take your arms out, not shoulders, but wrists and ankles in that relative alignment is a good place to start. Some of you might even be a little bit wider than that, especially if you're taller. Good. I'm really driving through the heels, driving through the glutes. Hips, knees, and toes are tracking towards the pinky toe, so I don't want the knees to fall inward here. So really find that outer line of the feet. Good. Now from here, I'm just going to hold. Let's take this into some little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. We'll pulse that down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the squat. Here we go, little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up. And pulsing down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding here. Press through the heels, coming back up. Heel toe, everything together until you can march. Let's take this into a little bit of footwork. So different things for different people. Some people, especially if you've got a balance issue, maybe you start hip width apart here. We're just going to lift and lower the heel. It's a little bit more challenging the closer you take the feet together. It's most challenging if you're in the V. So if you're in the V, you really want to drive those heels together and really zip up through those inner thighs. So whenever you're ready, as you lift, really press into the big toe and pinky toe rounds. Good. And come down. You can hold on to a wall or a piece of furniture here. This takes a little bit of time to master. And you want to try to get yourself to a point where when you lift up, if you're in the V, that the heels stay connected. And I'm not perfect about that every day, but I have to really think about it. Good. So you should feel this right in that gluteal line, gluteal fold. Good. Now, from here, you can shake off your legs if you need to do that. We're going to alternate here. So I'm going to turn sideways so you see. So I'm going to start pressing into both feet. Good. I'm going to bend my left knee as my right heel goes down. I'm going to press into that left foot as I come up and transition. So just this isn't really doing a whole lot. So you really want to press up and lift through the foot. So pressing up and lifting and lowering. Press up and lift and lower. Press and lift and lower. Press and lift. Woo! Balance check there. And lower. Good. So really work through your feet. This might also get the quads engaged a little bit here. Good. And then coming back down. A little bit of a balance challenge here. Good. I'm going to pick up the right foot, this foot right here. I'm just going to take that foot forward and I'm just going to point and flex. Good. And then just circling that around in other direction. Good. And take a moment here just to spread the toes and squeeze them together a few times. So toes help us more than we think we do when we're walking. We want to keep those little joints supple, especially as we age. Good. We'll take that down. We'll go to the other side. So now the left foot's going to come forward. Doesn't have to be high. Just point and flex. Notice if it feels different for you on one side to the other. Good. And we'll roll that ankle. Good. And spread the toes and squeeze them together. Good. From here, just kind of march that out. Take a march to the edge of your mat. And we're going to do a standing roll down and roll up here. And then we're going to take this out into Pilates push up. So again, it's going to be easier if your feet are parallel hip width apart. It's going to be a little bit harder the closer you take the feet and the legs together. Pilates V, it's going to be the most challenging version. So zipping up nice and tall, arms are at the side. We're going to peel off that imaginary wall, zipping up from the pubic bone behind the navel, nodding that chin. We'll start scooping that belly button. Arms are just going to come and dangle and do what they do. Try to keep the hips over the ankles. So if they start to shift back, it's better to bend the knees. Good. And coming down, go to where you can go. Pressing down into the floor from hip to heel, starting from the tailbone. We're going to stack bone by bone. And coming all the way up. Good. Let's take that into Pilates push-ups. We'll take the arms up overhead, zipping up. We're going to dive over a beach ball, keeping the arms by the ears. Again, bending the knees as you need to. As you come down, we're going to walk that out into the plank. Knees can be lowered or lifted. Elbows turn forward, halfway down, push up. Knees can be bent or legs long. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Stop the hips over the ankles. Pressing down. Coming all the way up. You can take a little bit of a back bend here if that's okay. And we'll go again. And big inhale. Exhale. Dive over that beach ball. Good. Coming down. Walking it out into the plank. Good. Holding the plank or take that little push up. And we'll push up and we'll take it back. Good. Rounding, coming all the way up. Open, open, open. Good. Last time, we're going to stay down this time. Big inhale. Exhale, diving over that beach ball. Good. Coming down. Good. Find the plank. Find the push-up. Find the knees. Child's pose. Good. So we're going to go right into an opposite arm, opposite leg balance. We're going to add some little special touches to this little challenge here. So coming into all fours. Good. So you want your knees about hip width apart here. Good. And I'm protracted in my shoulders. So I'm pressing away. I'm not hanging there. I'm going to start by taking my left leg back. I'm going to press into that foot, that big toe, pinky toe mound, letting that left hip drop slightly. You can have a little bit of a bend in the elbows here if you need to. Good. And then from here, I'm going to push forward from that foot. I'm going to lift a little bit, not too high. We don't want to dip in the midsection. And the right arm's going to come forward. Good. Now I'm going to point that toe. Good. Zipping up nice and tight. We're going to tap, squeeze the shoulder, squeeze the glute and lift. Tap, squeeze and lift. Tap, squeeze and lift. Tap, squeeze and lift. Hold here. Little pulses with that back leg. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And take that down. Child's pose. We're going to do that on the other side. Coming back to all fours. Good. The right leg's going to come back, pressing evenly to big toe and pinky toe mound. With that right hip dip slightly. Just evens up the pelvis. Finding the breath. Pushing from that back foot to come forward. So it's always good to push from that foot whenever you can. So I'm trying to pull and compensate with the shoulders. So really make those feet and legs work for you. Good. We're going to lift a little bit. Left arm's going to come forward. Find your balance. Find your stability first. And here we go. We're going to tap, squeeze and lift. Tap, squeeze and lift. Tap, squeeze and lift. Tap, squeeze and lift. Hold little pulses with that leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Find child's pose. Whenever you're ready, in the way that's best for you, go ahead and come onto your back. Onto your back. And once you get down here, just make any adjustments that you need to your clothing. That's okay. Good. I've got these little hairs here that are growing back together all over my face and they're aggravating me. Apologies for that. So from here, let's take the feet as wide as the mat for right now. Zipping up and in through that center line. Good. Inhale, let the knees go over to the right. Exhale. As you come back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale. Back to center. One more time. Inhale to the right. Exhale. Back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale. Back to center. Good. I'm going to bring my feet more in line with my hips here. I'm going to roll my shoulders back. So try to find a safe, neutral pelvis here. So you want your tailbone and your low rib cage to be anchored on the floor. You may or may not have space in the low back here, but you want your pubic bone and your hip bones to be even. So theoretically, you could balance a cup of water here without it tipping over. Okay, so I'm going to zip up and in. We're going to rock the pelvis forward and back, anterior and posterior. So posterior, as I rock it back, my pubic bone is going to come up more towards the ceiling, maybe closing any space back here. We want to be careful, though, that when we close the space, we're not jamming it close, okay? So it's just a light touch. Inhale as I rock it forward, my hip bones are going more forward. How far you come doesn't matter so much as long as you're not getting any pain in that back. So exhale, posterior tilt, inhale, anterior tilt, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Try not to push with the feet. And inhale. Good. We're going to take this right into some clocks here, pelvic clocks. So we're going to try to go into a circle. So you want this to be controlled. This shouldn't be a wild movement like this. It should look like you're barely moving to someone else, but you know you are because you're going to feel it. And you're going to feel it right below the navel if you're properly engaged. This does take practice, so practice makes progress. Zipping up. Good. We're going to take the pelvis, the pubic bone towards the belly button. Okay. We're going to go over to the left. We'll take it down, right, and back. Left, down, right, back, left, down, right, back, left, down, right, back. Pause. Now we're going to reverse that. We're going to go to the right, down, left, back, right, down, left, back, right, down, left, back, right, down, left, back. Take your knees into your chest here for a moment. Let the low back release and relax. And while we've got our knees here, let's take this into some marching. So knees in tabletop position. Good. Zipping up. Good. I'm going to inhale, taking that all the way down. And other side. Inhale. Exhale. Watch your pelvis. Stay in neutral. Sit on your hands if you need to. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now, on the inhale, take the left foot down and then take the right foot down. So now we're going to take that into a different pattern. Inhale. Good. You know what? I messed up the breath on that. We're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. There we go. Inhale and lower back down. Exhale, other side. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Now, from here, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to take this into bridging. Rolling the shoulders back. We're going to press into the feet, the arms, and the shoulders here. You want to lift up, lead with the chest. So really try to take that chest towards the ceiling. Make sure your feet are not too close or too far away. And then from here, good. You can lift straight up or you can articulate. I'm going to roll back, peeling up. I'm lifting up through that chest. I'm pressing my shoulders and my arms into the floor and rolling that down. Good. Now keep going with these. I make this look easy, pressing my hands and arms and shoulders into the floor. This took a lot of practice and took several years, honestly, for me to be able to do and get those connection points and the openings that are allowing me to do that. So stick with it, keep trying. If you lift a lot of weights and you're adding Pilates into your practice, great job. But don't forget to stretch after you lift, especially chest, those chest stretches. A lot of people don't realize it, but back bends, there's a little flexibility in the spine there, but a lot of it has to do with the flexibility in the chest and in the shoulders and the hip flexors. So make sure that you're really stretching after a workout. Good, and we're gonna just lift and hold. Pressing the shoulders down and in, and gently lower that back down. Once you're all the way down, take a knee into the chest. And then the other. Rock, rock, rock. We'll stay in tabletop position here. So we're going to go into a little bit of a core exercise. So we're going to zip up nice and tight. And if you have trouble with the pelvis rocking around, you can always kind of sit on your hands here. But from here, we're going to do 6 sets of these. So we're going to start on the left side. Good. We're going to reach that left leg long. The lower you go, the harder you make it. And bring that knee back in. We're going to let that knee go out to the side. And come back up. Other side, right side. Reach. Bend. To the side. And center. Left side. There was 1. Here's 2. Reach. Bend. To the side. And center. Right side. Reach. Bend. To the side. And center. Really zip up that center line. Here's number 3. Reach. Bend. Side. Center. Right side. Reach. Bend. Side. Center. Reach. Bend. Side. Center. Reach. Bend. Side. Center. Number 5. Reach. Bend. Side. Center. Reach. Bend. Side. Center. Good. Last time, both sides. Reach. Bend. Side. Center. Reach. Bend. Side. And center. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock, rock, rock. Good. So keeping your knees or taking your knees to the tabletop position here, I'm going to zip my legs up together. We're going to do 1 chest lift. Big inhale. Exhale. I'm going to nod my chin. I'm going to lift the chest. I want the shoulders to come up. I'm going to reach long and strong. You can stay here for hundreds or take your legs long in front of you. You choose. Pumping long and strong from the shoulders. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift the chest higher, reach deeper through those arms. And take that down. Wiggle, 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 side to side. Let's go into some stretching here. I'm going to take my right foot down. This knee can be bent or extended long. Your back is going to dictate what you can and can't do. I'm just going to let my hand come right behind that left leg and just pull up here. You can point and flex this foot. The more you keep your toes pointed to the face, the deeper the stretch you'll have. But keep a micro bend in this knee. Upper body stays on the floor here, which might mean for some of you, your grip is down here. That's fine if that's where it is. Breathing. One more breath. Good. Now, you can grab the toe, the foot, anywhere along the shin or the thigh, wherever you can support yourself. I can reach my toe. I'm going to take the toe. Both shoulders and hips are going to stay on the floor. I'm going to let that leg come out to the side. Good. And you can kind of, wiggle around here, find the best angle, find the best spot for you. If your right hip is popping up, your leg is too far out to the side, you'll need to lift it up a little bit. And then once ready, good, we'll take that back up. Good. So from here, I'm going to put a bend in this knee. I'm going to lengthen this leg, and I'm going to take a twist over towards my right, keeping my shoulder grounded, working to the other side. breathing. I'm also trying not to let this left foot just kind of hang down here. Now, as long as that doesn't cause you problems, you can do that. My knee doesn't like that today. So I'm going to help out my knee by not letting my ankle and foot do that. So always do what's best for your body. And then once ready, I'm going to come back. Good. So from here, let's take this right into some circles on this side. Good. We'll do 4 small, 6 large. So I'm going to really reach up. You want this is a sneaky core work here. So you want that center line of engagement right below that navel. Both hips stay on the floor. Here we go. Small. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and go larger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming up, be mindful if you've got anything popping around here, smaller range of motion. We'll go back to large, other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and small circles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. I'm going to switch sides now. You're taking your hands behind that right leg. Let them travel up or do the opposite of what you just did. Good. Keeping a micro bend in the knee. Grabbing where you can grab. Pointing and flexing that foot maybe. Upper body's on the floor. And zipping up nice and tight. This is my tighter side today. Usually it's the other side. Good. And then once you're ready, good. With those breaths, find the grip that's appropriate for you on the side, just like you did on the other side. Good. Both hips will stay on the floor. We're going to let that right leg come out to the right. Wiggle around and find your best spot. If it causes your left hip to come up, don't go out as far. Want the left hip to be on the floor. Find the breath. And you know, there is that pattern, and you don't hear me do it a lot because I can't talk and do it at the same time. However, at the end of the day, the most important thing to do is to breathe. So just to breathe. Good. And then from here, I'm going to bend that knee. Good. I'm going to take that twist. Good. Again, I'm not going to let this foot kind of fall here. I'm going to keep it supported. So do what you need to do for your body's needs. And once ready, we'll come back to center and we'll take those circles on the side. So right leg is up. Good. Here are 4 small and 6 large. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it larger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse directions. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And small ones. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the knees in, rocking side to side. Okay, from here, we're going to go right into some roll-ups, roll downs, and roll overs. So I'm going to grab my lumbar support here. And that went a little bit flat for me, so I'm just going to reverse this fold. Good. So I'm going to lift up. I'm going to take this right under the lumbar. And everybody has just a little bit of a different placement here if you're using support and might need different types of thickness depending on how your lumbar spine is. Good. So I'm going to take my legs long here. This can also be done with bent knees. Good. I'm going to take my arms up, zipping up nice and tight. Big inhale. Exhale, nodding the chin. And coming up. Good. And then rolling over. Good. I'm going to keep that scoop. I'm going to roll back. And as I roll back, I'm going to make a little bit of adjustment here. It shifted. So always make adjustments as needed if something's not working well for you. Good. Reaching back. Inhale. Exhale. Yep. You want to come up through center. Ideally, your legs stay on the floor. And you don't want to cheat by using an arm to help you come up. And you don't want to cheat by whipping your arms forward to come up because that's all momentum. That's not core at all. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now, placement's everything. I don't know why it keeps shifting there, but inhale. There we go. Coming up. Good. Now, you can continue with those or go with me into a roll over. So this is also known as a plow for some people. Good. So that bridge work, good. About really pressing your arms and shoulders into the floor, that helps you here. We're going to open, shoulder width apart, toes point down, and we're going to lower down with control. Good. And reach. Coming up. There we go. I'm going to reach. I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to come up. Good. And we'll come forward. Good. And we'll do one more. Roll over. Good. And press your arms and shoulders into the floor to help you get up there. Maybe taking your hands to help you get up there today. I'm a little tired. I didn't sleep well last night. Good. So all those things will factor into your practice. Even teachers have issues sometimes, and it's okay. We're human. You know, I could easily, not do this class today or whatever because I'm not at my perfect. But, I like to keep things real. And you all out there are not perfect every day either. So it's all good. We all have those days. Once you're ready, bring the knees into the chest and rock, side to side. If you're able and you're willing, we're going to roll like a ball here. We're going to do it 8 times. 8 times. Careful not to roll back on the neck. Careful not to swing your legs around here. You want to use your core and your breath to get that roll. So I'm going to start here. And 1, 2, and coming back. Good. Let's go into a little bit of series of 5. Let's go to our single leg stretch. Knees in tabletop position. Good. Arms up. Big inhale. Exhale. I'm going to C-curve up. Good. My right knee or left knee is in. My right leg is long. Hips stay grounded. They don't wobble. And switch. And 2. And switch. And inhale. And exhale. And 4. And switch. And 5. Switch. Relax the shoulders. 6. 7. And 8. And bring it down. Good. Short little break. Keep the knees into the chest. Good. Exhale to prepare as you come up. Good. Double leg stretch. And we reach. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Bringing that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Side to side. Right. We're going to come to a seat here. You can roll up. You can roll like a ball. You can roll over to your side or come up. Get there the way that's best for you to get there. We're going to take this into an adductor stretch. So we've done this a little bit already when we did our leg stretches a moment ago, but I'm going to take my legs out here wide. Good. And sometimes it helps. I come to an anterior tilt of the pelvis, meaning tailbones going that way, hip bones are going this way. Zipping up nice and tight. Toes, knees, and hips are facing the ceiling. I'm just going to walk out here. I'm going to keep a long back as much as possible. And I'm breathing and I'm expanding. And just get that breath going, get it flowing. If you need to come out of here a little bit sooner, I'm going to stay here for just a couple more breaths. Please do so. And then I'll just walk that back up. I'm going to bring the legs in about mat width apart here. Good. And we're going to go into fall series. So let's take this into spine stretch, twist first, spine twist first. Good. So arms are out to the side. And remember when we do this twist, I'm going to go to the left, hips are grounded, and we're not taking our back arms forward here. Okay. And then we're just going to move as a single unit back to center. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look where you're twisting. You might twist a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center and back to center. Let's take spine twist side. We're going to come up and over. Both hips stay grounded. Reach. You can go as deep as you're able and coming back up. Good. Over and reaching back center. And coming up and other side. Coming back. Good. Let's take spine stretch forward. Arms are relaxed. Kind of think about this as like a standing roll down, except you're seated. We're peeling off an imaginary wall, nodding the chin, scooping in that belly button. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Tight hamstrings. Let the knees bend there. Reaching. And then we're going to stack and come back up bone by bone. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. And one more time. And bring that back up. Good. Relax the shoulders for a moment. We'll take that into saw. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate. Good. Reaching around, trying to saw the pinky toe off with the pinky finger. Both hips grounded. Stack and return. And rotate. And reaching around. And stack and return. And rotate. And reaching around. Stack and return. Rotate. Reaching around. Stack and return. One more time each side. And rotate. And reaching around. And stack and return. Rotate. Reaching around. And stack and return. And take that down. Roll it out. Let us come onto our bellies, onto the bellies. So for some of what we're going to do on the belly, be mindful that some people need a little bit of a lift of the pelvis. And if you feel like that might be you and you've got a lumbar support, you can use that right under the pelvis. Other people will just take a folded towel or a blanket. But from here, my legs are going to be about hip width apart. I'm going to come down here. Good. We're going to take a few swans here. I'm going to take my hands a little forward into the side of the shoulders, rolling the shoulders back, zipping up that front body. Good. I'm going to first press into my shoulders, forearms and hands coming up here, just like a little baby swan, a little sphinx. That feels okay. Maybe you come up to a higher position and then gently lower that down. See if you can do that bone by bone. Good. And coming all the way down. Inhale to prepare. Actually, that's right. Wrong. We're going to exhale to prepare. Inhale to lift into extension. Now, that being said, for a long time, I exhaled on extension, and that worked well for me. And then over time, it became better for me to inhale on my extension and exhale on the lower. Once I got a lot more open, a lot more flexible, and things became a little bit easier for me. So again, the most important thing is to just breathe, but try different patterns. And at the end of the day, do the one that works best for you. And we'll go one more time. Go lower and we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We'll take this into a quad stretch here. So I'm going to bend my knee. I'm bending my right knee. I'm reaching around. You can grab your pants, your foot, your ankle, your leg. Good. I'm just going to reach from the hip to the knee. So that's enough for me today on the side. Some of you might want a little bit more. And so if that's you, just roll the right shoulder out, squeeze that right glute, and take that right foot up towards the ceiling. If you squeeze the glute, think about just lifting the foot towards the ceiling versus pressing hand and foot to each other. We'll take it a little bit out of the back. It's a little bit better for the back that way. Good. And then I'm just going to gently release without slingshotting. We'll take that to the other side, bending the left knee, reaching around, grabbing. Good. Finding your quad stretch here that's best for your body. Good. And then we'll gently release and bring that down. We're going to take this into a single leg kick. So I'm going to come up onto my forearms. I want to be protracted here, so I don't want to hang in my shoulders. So I'm really stable, and I'm zipped up in that upper body. I'm going to squeeze my glutes as I do this. So starting on the right side, I'm going to go kick, kick, lower, kick, kick, lower, squeeze, squeeze, lower, squeeze, squeeze, lower, squeeze, squeeze, lower, squeeze, squeeze, lower. Change that up. Flex, point, lower, 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 flex, point, lower. One more time. Flex, point, lower, flex, point, lower. And we will all lower. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. We're going to come back to all fours. So as you come back to all fours, if you need a child's pose here, let yourself get it. Good. So again, staying with some leg work, we're going to come back to all fours, and we're going to do a different version of what we did in the beginning, getting into this glute right around the gluteal fold. So knees are about hip width apart here. Good. I'm going to press away. Good. I'm going to take my leg back here. It's bent. And I'm going to squeeze that glute. I'm trying to tap my foot to the ceiling. We'll do that 8 times. Belly button in nice and tight. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Take it back. Going to the other side. Coming in. And remember, we want your torso to be even. We don't want to do this from here. Okay? So nice long neutral table. Good. And here we are. 8 times, tapping to the ceiling and squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down and take it back. Good. Let's come back on supine. Supine, so we're going to come back onto our back. Good. We're going to get a figure 4 stretch here. Let's just feel really nice onto the hip. I'm going to start by taking my right ankle over the left knee. For some of you, this might be enough. Others are going to come in here. Some of you might thread this through. Find it where you need to find it and just kind of rock, rock, rock side to side. It feels so good to that right hip. And then when we're ready, we're going to gently release. We're going to take that to the other side. Left ankle over the right knee. Again, this might be where you need to stay, or we're going to take this in here. Good. And again, you can stay there. Rock, rock, rock. Find it where you need to find it. Breathing. And then once you're ready, good. Carefully taking that back down. Good. Let's finish up our series of 5. We're going to start this with single straight leg stretch. Single straight leg stretch. I'm going to take both legs up here. Good. I'm going to find my C curve. I'm going to reach behind my right leg as I pull it in. My left leg's going to come long. Pulse only the leg that you're holding. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. 3. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. 6. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch left one. Pulse, pulse, switch. pulse, pulse, and down. Good. So from here, taking it into double straight leg stretch, double straight leg stretch. For this one today, I am going to sit on my hands, but you can also do this in a seat curve or arms to the side. Good. And I'm going to do this in a Pilates V stance today. So zipping up nice and tight. You're going to inhale on the lower, exhale, shh. Inhale, exhale, shh. Inhale, exhale, shh. Inhale, exhale. Bending in those knees, going in a crisscross. Hands behind the head, elbows are out wide. You're going to lead with the shoulder, not with the elbow. So elbows don't touch the head here. They stay out wide. Both hips stay on the floor. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to go to the left and switch right. Inhale, exhale. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A little bit more here. And 10. And taking that down. Good. Excellent work, everybody. Let's roll over to our side. Let's get some side series stuff going back into lower body. Good. So be mindful as to where you are here. There's different things for different people. So you can, be here. You want to just make sure you're lifted through the shoulder. We don't want to be here. You also want to be lifted through the torso. You can be here. You can be down here, here. Find what you need. Some people like to be at a 45-degree angle here and do this. That's fine too. Just make sure shoulders and hips are in alignment. I like to be in a long diagonal line. Bottom knee can be bent for more support if you need that. It's going to be harder if you're in a long diagonal line. So zip up. Good. You also want to be on the hip bone. We don't want to be back here on the glutes. So zip up nice and tight. This top arm can be anywhere you would like it to be. And from here, good. We're going to go right off the kick. So I'm going to flex this foot. Leg's going to stay in line with the hip. Good. And we're going to pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. 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 I think we've got one more here. Pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. Good. Coming back to center. Little circle, zipping up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, hip, knee, and toe are going to turn towards the ceiling. I'm going to lift up and I'm going to point. I'm going to bend and drag, flex, lift, point, bend, drag, flex, lift, point, bend, drag, flex, lift, point, bend, drag, and pause, and drag, and lift. Flex on the way down. Point, drag, lift, flex on the way down. Point, drag, lift, flex on the way down. One more time. Point, drag, lift, flex on the way down. Good. From here, once you're ready, good. Just bring that top knee across. Tap something out if you need to do that. We're going to come right into a plank. Let's do this forearm plank stay. If you're like, I don't like forearm plank, you can do a on the hand plank as well. So I'm going to come here. Knees can be down or lifted, zipping up nice and tight. Find that plank, press back through the heels. Good. Now we're holding here 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, child's pose. Woo. And once you're ready, we're going to take side series on the other side. So from here, I'm just going to come over here. Try to do your arms in the way that you laid on the other side, the same way on this side if you can. That helps you train evenly. Good. So zipping up. Good. And then from here, once you're ready, I'm going to flex that foot, and we're going to go into those kicks. So I'm going to pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. Pelvic stability here. Don't let it rock. Pulse, pulse, point, and take it back. 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 Taking it back to center. Here's your circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. I'm going to point that foot. I'm going to drag, lift, flex, and lower. Point, drag, lift, flex, and lower. Point, drag, lift, flex to lower, and point, drag, lift, flex, lower, and we're going to point and drag. Now we're going to drag, flex, lift, point, bend, and lower. Doing the reverse of what we did. And reach. And reach. Drag. And take that down. Good. From here, once you're ready, good. Go ahead and come onto your belly. Good. Make a little recovery position here. Maybe a wiggle, 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 wiggle. We're going to do one more extension exercise here. I'm going to leave my hands right on my forehead. Zipping up, nice and tight here. Legs are about hip width apart. Inhale, exhale. Or inhale, however that looks for you, and come down. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And take it down. Good. Hands under the shoulders. Press back. Help. Breathing. Good. Let's go into a stretchy finish here. Let's take a mermaid position. So mermaid, there's a couple ways you can sit. You can sit with your feet both out to the side. You can find a more Z style position. This is my preferred position, but not everybody is able to do that. So find what you need. Good. I'm going to take my left arm up. Right hand is to the left, right ankle. Side bend here. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Good. Moving through center, taking it over and reach. Reach, reach, reach. I'm going to rotate here. Reach, reach, reach. Opening up to the side and coming back up. And I'm going to take that one more time, coming over and coming down, reaching long, finding rotation, opening up, moving through center. Good. And coming back. So now you're just going to switch your feet. So take your feet to the other side, or find a Z on the other side. Good. Once you're in position, good. My left hand's going to come to my left leg or ankle. Right arm's going to come up. Let's get a side bend here. Reaching. And taking that down, taking it all the way over. Reach, reach, reach. Find the length, find the reach, then find the rotation. Opening to the side, moving through center, counter stretching over. Good. We'll go again, moving through center, taking it over, reaching, reaching, reaching. Finding that length and reach. Opening up to the side, arm comes up and coming back to center. Way to go. You made it through this Pilates Matwork workout. I hope that your buns are feeling it. Mine certainly are, as well as my core, and hope to see you again really soon. Bye-bye.